Arroz Rojo, or Mexican red rice. Let's make it. It's actually orange, so I don't know why we call it red rice, but start with some tomatoes. I'm using 3 Roma tomatoes. Cut the tomatoes in half and then remove the little stem piece from the top. Then I'm also going to use 1 entire onion, cutting it in half. Half is getting blended into the sauce. And then smash up a couple cloves of garlic. All of this is getting blended, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I cut up the onion into smaller chunks. Open up your chicken broth. This is actually chicken bone broth. I was trying it out. It is delicious. To make the sauce, add the tomatoes, the onion, the garlic, some salt, and the chicken broth to a blender. I'm adding about 2 cups of chicken broth to the blender so that once we blend all of this up, we get about 4 cups total worth of liquid. The usual rule of thumb when cooking rice is if you're using 2 cups of rice, you're going to need 4 cups of liquid. Measure out your rice. I'm using long grain white rice. If you rinse your rice, go ahead and rinse it. I've tried both methods. I can never really tell the difference. Add the rice to a hot skillet with some oil, and we're going to toast it up for about 5 to 7 minutes. I have my pan on a medium heat, and you just want to toast it until it starts getting darker, slightly golden. I add in the other half of the onion, thinly sliced, and I'm just going to keep on mixing it. You want to mix it every 30 seconds to a minute. This will make sure none of the rice is actually burning. This is kind of what you want it to look like. Then we're going to add in the blended up tomatoes, and make sure you scrape your blender clean. At this point, raise the heat of your pot to a medium high. We want this to start coming to a boil. Stir in the sauce very well. At this point, you can be done with it. Cover it with a lid and cook it until it's done. I like to add a couple more things, so I'm adding some tomato chicken bouillon. It's giving us the salt element, and it helps us with that color. Make sure you stir in the chicken bouillon very well because this can clump up. Then I'm going to squeeze in the juice of 1 lime. This is literally the juiciest lime I've ever used. This is optional, but everyone in my family does it, and it's incredible. Lastly, this is also optional, but I'm going to cut some slits into a jalapeño, and then we're going to drop it into the rice. The jalapeño does not make the rice spicy, but it does cook down in there, and if anyone wants some spice, they can enjoy it. Once the rice is boiling, cover it with a lid and reduce the heat to a super low simmer, and simmer it for about 20 minutes. After the 20 minutes, turn off the heat, and I let it continue steaming with the lid on for another 10-15 minutes, and enjoy.